This is Let's Finally Talk, a heart-to-heart with Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, live streaming every night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm your host, Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Join me on YouTube at Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, on Facebook at Dr. Jacalyn, and on Instagram at Dr. Jacalyn, as seen and heard on the USA Global TV and Radio Network worldwide. We've earned the YouTube Silver Creator Award, and I've earned the 100 Global Top Women Icons in Media. My TV shows are Iconic Women, Creating a World of Possibilities, Judgment, the Hidden Sin, A Woman's Prerogative, Sisterhood Across Borders, It's Your Healthy Lifestyle, and the latest updates. Thanks so much for watching. See you tomorrow. We're streaming every night live on Let's Finally Talk. Hello, everyone. Happy holidays and welcome to another episode of Let's Finally Talk with me, Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Tonight's episode addresses a quiet but powerful habit many people develop over time. Literally shrinking ourselves to avoid making others feel uncomfortable. This can look like silencing your voice, downplaying your success, suppressing your needs, or holding back your truth to maintain peace. Have you ever done any of these things? So I've created something called elevated listening. And if you're not familiar with it, I will just quickly review the 4 pillars of elevated listening. They include listening without interruption, listening without problem solving, listening without stage hogging, and listening without judgment. And the last one, that's a big one. Judgment takes place all the time. All of us do it. And my goal is never to call anyone out. It's to bring information and awareness. So let's get into the topic. The key discussion points that I want to explore today is how, when we literally erase ourselves, when we make ourselves so small and so invisible, that can be mistaken for kindness. And we're actually doing ourselves a disservice. So everything that I've created in the area of elevated listening, which includes books and workshops and on, is really to try to help us find inner peace. And if you ask someone, how much peace do you have in your life? People will probably laugh and think you're crazy. What are you talking about? There's no way to have peace. Life is so stressful. But you can get to a point where you decide to create a space for yourself that is truly based on peace. And in doing so, you set very strong boundaries for yourself as well as other people. So the conversation that I'm inviting you to today is to help you reclaim your presence, to take back your voice, to set boundaries, and to fall in love with yourself, to be happy with who you are. And if you've ever joined me before, you know one of the things I share is when you look in the mirror, do you love who you see? Or are you constantly picking yourself apart? Are you constantly doing a critique of yourself? And believe me, I'm raising my hand. I do this as well. I do it a lot less than I used to do it, but I'm really working on it. And so I hope that you have that as well. That ability to say, you know what? I don't do everything right. I don't know everything, but I'm pretty happy with who I am. I'm pretty happy I get to live this life. I get to make choices. I get to decide what opportunities I want to explore. So, what does it mean to make ourselves small, to make yourself small? Basically, you're holding back something. You do not want to ruffle any feathers. You don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. So you'll bite your tongue. And there are times when biting our tongue makes sense. But if we're doing it repeatedly, we're finding ourselves continuously in situations where we feel uncomfortable, that ultimately can have a boomerang effect and come back and really affect us emotionally, mentally, and physically. So when we hold back our opinions, when we downplay our achievements, this is a big one. When we minimize our needs to keep relationships going, or when we feel like we are literally shrinking to the point where we are invisible, that no one can even see our value. This is what it means to making ourselves small. And so, if you've ever done any of these things, you know that it doesn't feel great. And so we learn to do this. This is actually learned behavior based or rooted on fear. I've talked many times about the fact that we can come from a place of love or we can come from a place of fear. And so when we're coming from a place of fear, we are concerned about losing something, losing someone, missing out on something. So therefore, we feel like if we keep ourselves small, if we shrink ourselves, we won't have to worry about the fear of rejection or the fear of abandonment. We also have that desire for everybody to like us. Everybody's our cheerleader. Everybody wants to see us succeed. And we also have, in times, things that have happened to us in our past and we didn't deal with them. And so we truly do not feel authentic and or we don't feel safe. Sometimes we confuse what I call self sacrifice for necessity or kindness. We decide to sacrifice our feelings, sacrifice our integrity, sacrifice what we really believe about ourselves to keep the peace. You just don't want to ruffle any feathers. You don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. So, what do? You put yourself down, you keep your mouth closed. You go along with something that you really don't believe in. And so, in doing this, we're making ourselves feel uncomfortable. We're making ourselves feel small so that we can build up other people. And my question for you, if you've ever done this, is how long do you think that this is sustainable? And how long do you think that you will stay healthy mentally and physically when you're consistently doing this? So there is definitely an emotional cost that goes along with this, what I call basically erasing ourselves, making ourselves so small. We end up losing trust in ourselves, losing trust in the ability to be successful in relationships. And we also lose our confidence. I was just sharing with someone last week about the fact that confidence is something that all of us have struggled for at some point in our life, whether we were a small child or as we get older. And if we could figure out a way to bottle confidence, confidence is sexy. Confidence is powerful, but yet we make decisions, we act in a certain way that is the complete opposite of powerful, sexy. It's lack of confidence because we're terrified of losing something or someone. And so I ask you to think about this. Are you happy disconnecting from who you truly are? Are you happy feeling unseen? Are you happy being unfulfilled? Of course, you're not. Maybe you weren't even aware of it until I started bringing it up. But once you've felt this way for a long period of time, you may start to notice when you start to work on yourself that the situations you're in, the relationships you're in, they're not serving you. And yet you've been doing it for so long. And I've heard this from people too. Well, I'm a certain age now. How am I supposed to change? Or I'm too old to change. We're not too old to change. We get a choice every day that we wake up and we have breath in our lungs and our mind is fully functioning. We get the choice to say, today, I'm going to stand up for myself. I am going to go back to loving myself, or maybe loving myself for the first time. And I'm going to remove myself from situations that are not serving me. And so, part of what I share when it comes back to reclaiming your voice, not playing small, playing tall, playing big, not diminishing your accomplishments. Have you ever done this, that you've had something amazing happen to you and yet you can't tell your family or your friends because of how they're going to react? I say no, not anymore. Not anymore. Not as of this day, as we come to the close of 2025. Own your power. Feel comfortable in your own skin. And if you don't at this minute, make a commitment to start doing it. How do you start doing it? Well, I believe elevated listening is a great place to start. And elevated listening means starting by listening to your intuition, listening to that inner voice inside you that guides you, that helps you, but you choose not to listen to it because you're playing small. Once you get into a path where you're really comfortable with yourself, you will be shocked at how little you care about what other people think about what you're doing. But when you're playing small and you're asking for approval from everyone, you're putting posts on social media basically saying, "Oh, I want you to like me," or "You hurt my feelings." You're playing small because you're still attaching your identity to what other people think. And so I'm asking you to let go of that. I'm asking you as a first step toward you finding inner peace, acknowledging that you are playing small, that you have been playing small, that you are putting yourself in situations where you're not being true to yourself. And especially during the holidays, this is one of the times of year when people make decisions that they truly are not happy with, but they do it for everybody else. And then they show up with an energy that everybody else can feel they don't really want to be there. So, why not shift your energy and put your energy into what it is you really want to do and going where you really want to go? Now, I know that some people may think that this is a selfish mentality, but the truth is, from my experience, my education, my knowledge, that this is not selfish, it's selfless. It's selfless because you are showing up for yourself first. Before you can be there for anyone else, I know you've heard this, you've got to be there for you. So if you are consistently making decisions to please other people, here's an example. It's the holidays. Are you spending money you don't have? Do you have a list of gifts that you feel compelled that you have to buy because she's buying for you, because he's buying for you, because it's expected, because you're in a certain role? Maybe you're a parent or a grandparent and it's expected. So you go ahead and spend the money feeling smaller by the minute because you have no idea how you're going to pay your bills, but you're used to it. Every January, February, you get these huge bills, and the rest of the year, you're playing small because you went and bought these gifts. And the truth is, think about it. Is there anything that you're going to buy someone that's truly life changing? I say no. And I say no because so much of the value in life that is truly priceless is based on time. How are you spending your time? Who are you giving your time to? It's based on mentoring. Who are you helping? Who are you supporting? Who are you cheering on? Who are you guiding? And the sharing of wisdom. These things are literally priceless. So, all the gifts that you're going to buy in the store will soon be forgotten, but you'll be stuck with the debt. You'll be stuck, and you paid cash, so your account's going down, whatever the case may be. So, think about what are one or two things you can do this day to put yourself in charge in a position of empowerment over your own life and the decisions that you make. So, reclaiming your voice with elevated listening, as I mentioned, it starts with listening to who you are. It's noticing when silence is fear based rather than intentional. It's speaking from self respect as opposed to self protection or self deprecation. And it's understanding that the discomfort does not equal danger. And so I always share with my clients, I've shared on a number of my shows, when you're engaged in a conversation with someone and you're practicing elevated listening, and this is a coaching technique, it's a therapy technique as well, you ask a powerful question. And the question is not the information that you are hungry for, the gossip that you're interested in. It's something that will enable the person to open up and share what it is that they want to share. And then you stop speaking. whether it's on the phone or it's in person. You are just actively listening. And when you don't speak, you're giving that person a gift. And the same thing can happen for you. If someone were to ask you a question and you are open to answering it, if they continue speaking after they ask the question, then maybe they ask 4 or 5 other questions. Oh, how are you doing? Where are you going to be this weekend? What, you're like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm trying to answer the first question. You ask the one question and then you remain silent so the person feels comfortable. This is taking back your power as opposed to sharing a lot of information because you're coming from a place of fear. You're in a state of panic. You don't know what to say. You don't know what they're expecting to hear. So you just keep talking and talking and talking. And meanwhile, your message potentially is lost because you gave a lot of filler information. So redefining peace and kindness is something that I want us to look at. Peace requires you to love yourself and not betray yourself. What do we mean when we talk about betrayal? Betrayal can look like any number of things. You agree to do something you really don't want to do. You become a yes person. Yes, 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 yes. Sometimes is it easier to say yes? Absolutely. Sometimes it's just as easy to say no. So you decide to engage in conversations, in discussions, in opportunities that are aligned with what you're interested in, as opposed to just doing something for someone else to keep the peace. Ultimately, as I mentioned, it's like a boomerang. It comes back to get you because you've been silent for so long and now you feel like you're invisible. So what is the better thing? To speak up for yourself? And again, our topic for today is stop making yourself small to keep others comfortable. Okay, so let's move on. Here's one insight that I have, and I'm labeling this as an elevated listening insight. There are 3 questions that I would like you to think about before you speak. Before you post on social media, before you reply to a text or an email, before you answer the phone, is what you're going to say, is what you're going to write these 3 things. Is it kind? Is it necessary? And is it true? Now, the last one, is it true? I need to elaborate on this. Many times, we as humans, because we are humans here, we make mistakes, we will take what is the truth and we will manipulate it, we will massage it so that it suits our purpose. And what I mean by this is we may have information, but we choose to only share part of it because that part that we share is in alignment with the message we want to convey. So I'll give an example. It's a very simple example. You come home late and your partner says, I've been waiting for you. I made dinner. You didn't answer your phone. Where have you been? So you decide to mention the fact that you were at the library. Now, you stopped at the library at some point during the day. Let's say at lunch, you stopped at the library. But after work, you decided to go out for some drinks with your friends, but you don't tell your partner that. You tell your partner you went to the library. Now, you did go to the library at some time during the day, but you left out the information that directly related to why you were late and didn't answer your phone because you didn't want your partner to know you were out for drinks. And so that starts to breed hostility because probably they know that you've been drinking and they know that you're not telling the whole truth. So by doing that, you're actually manipulating the truth and you're playing small. If you were to come home and say, you know what? I'm really sorry. I didn't answer the phone. I decided to go out for some drinks with my friends. I knew you wouldn't be happy about it. So I thought, you know what? I'll just go and do it and then I'll deal with it now that I'm home. That's actually the truth. And your partner will probably have a lot of respect for you for saying that. They might not be happy that you went to have the drinks, or you didn't think you could tell them in advance, or you didn't answer the phone because they were worried. But at least you're not making a fool of yourself and making a fool of them. So think about that. Are you being kind? Is what you're saying necessary? And is it the total truth? Okay, if it's not any of these things, I suggest that's when you wear the cloak of silence. Because if your silence costs you your authenticity, that is not peace. That is self abandonment. So, here are some key takeaways that I hope you will embrace and bring into your life, not just today, but every day. You are not responsible for how other people feel or for other people's level of comfort or discomfort. You're also not responsible for other people's feelings. You make me feel this. No, I can't make you feel any way at all. You feel that as a result of what I'm saying. So you still have to own it. I'm owning what I'm saying, but you have to own how you feel about it. And as I love to quote Mel Robbins, I've never met her, but I really feel like she's an inspiration. She wrote her book, The Let Them Theory. Let people do what they're going to do. Let them feel the way they want to feel. It has nothing to do with you. It's not any of your business, and it's not in your control. Shrinking yourself, okay, making yourself so that you are invisible doesn't create harmony. It's not bringing you any closer to anyone else. It's kind of like a lid on a pot. If you've ever done any cooking and the pot starts boiling, the water starts boiling, the stew starts boiling, whatever it is, and the pot starts moving around, okay? It creates disconnection. So even though you think you're doing the right thing by keeping quiet or by making yourself small, in the end, that is not the case. Your presence, your voice, and your truth do matter. You matter. You matter to you. And that's what is most important. Elevated listening, the 4 pillars that I told you, they help you show up fully without guilt and without an apology. And the right people will grow with you. People come in and out of our lives for a reason, for a season. I've talked about this before, about the tree example. So you have a tree, you can look out your window and you see a tree. It might have been there 100 years, 50 years, been there a long time. So what we know is that the leaves come and go. We have a lot of snow here today, and the trees are all covered with snow. So the leaves die, the leaves fall off. And so some people, some relationship are like leaves. And then we have the branches. The branches are still there. They're sturdy, but a branch can get broken off if you've got a lightning strike, or power companies are coming out to cut back the branches. But the roots remain. The roots are deep. They're under the ground. And so when you think about this again, about stop making yourself small to make others feel comfortable, the roots, those rooted relationships, are there for the test of time. And we can't make every relationship, not every person is going to play that role. And as you start to work on yourself and you seriously are looking for peace in your life, you'll realize there are certain relationships that have to end, and you have to let go of them, because if not, nothing new will be coming in. Holding on for dear life onto things that don't serve us is keeping us back. So remember your value. Remember how important you are. Remember how much I would love for you to find inner peace, and keep working on yourself. Keep coming back. Please come back to our show. Let's finally talk, and realize that your voice matters. And I'll leave you with what I share every single episode. You watching, you listening right now, you have everything you need inside you right this minute. You don't need anything external. You don't need other people to tell you how good you are. You don't need other people's applause or other people to tell you you're not good. You have everything you need inside. Look in that mirror, look into your own 2 eyes and say, I really love you. I really like you. I'm really grateful I get to be here today. I am blessed with the fact that I get to make decisions and have choice, whereas so many people around the world do not. As a peace ambassador, I want to wish you a very peaceful rest of your day, wherever you are in the world. And remember this, when times are tough, use your 6-second pause, deep breaths in, deep breaths out. And even though whatever you're going through might feel like an eternity, at some point it will end. So wherever you are today is not where you're going to be in the future. It's a moment in time. Sometimes the moments can last a long time. Yes, they can last months, they can last years, but at some point it will come to an end. And in my opinion, to get there quicker, we do the work. We give the gratitude, we do our affirmations, we do our meditations. We are truly thankful that we can see, that we can hear whatever it is that you're blessed with. Not everyone can see, not everyone can hear. Whatever it is that you're blessed with, we give thanks for that. And we give thanks for the fact that we can create a space of peace and harmony within our own selves. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please do subscribe wherever it is you're watching. We'd love to have you back for our next program. Thank you again. Until then, take care. This is Let's Finally Talk, a heart-to-heart with Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, live streaming every night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm your host, Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Join me on YouTube at Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, on Facebook at Dr. Jacalyn, and on Instagram at Dr. Jacalyn, as seen and heard on the USA Global TV and Radio Network worldwide. We've earned the YouTube Silver Creator Award, and I've earned the 100 Global Top Women Icons in Media. My TV shows are Iconic Women, Creating a World of Possibilities, Judgment, the Hidden Sin, A Woman's Prerogative, Sisterhood Across Borders, It's Your Healthy Lifestyle, and the latest updates. Thanks so much for watching. See you tomorrow. We're streaming every night live on Let's Finally Talk.
Listen, babe, now, listen, babe, now. Listen, babe, now, listen, babe, now. Listen, babe, now, listen, babe, now.
USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents Tracy Cram Perkins, a dementia caregiving survivor teaching how to balance care with peace of mind. #1 resource for dementia caregivers. It's the book Dementia Home Care: How to Prepare Before, During, and After. Over 17,000 copies sold of this must-have guide. And now a testimonial from Tracy Smith.
If I was to describe this book to someone who is going through a similar situation, I would underscore how important it is to have some sort of a tool or a guidebook to help you through certain stages. And there's so many, it's such an unknown topic to the average person. And to have this as a reference is essential. It's going to help you get through it personally, as well as help your loved one manage.
To learn more, go to TracyCramPerkins.com. Tracy Cram Perkins is an award-winning author. She's also the host of Dementia Home Care television show. Watch it here on USA Global TV and Radio.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USA Global TV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Music by Johnny Dies. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative Direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.